The previous speaker said, one of his studies said there was no difference between an abstinence education and a sexually accurate education. So I say, just from that report alone, then why are we discriminating against the abstinence-only education? We talked about an increase in the last 15 years. I remember 15 years ago, you could catch a city bus and it'll talk about, there'll be ads about teen pregnancy and abstinence or contraception. There were ads on television. It was a national movement, I know, 15 years ago, where we were talking about it all the time. So perhaps those numbers are kind of skewed because we're not talking about it enough in a public setting, not just in the schools, but all over Hawaii and in the nation. So I think some of those numbers are not quite accurate. And on the religious point, I do want to reveal I am Catholic, but I personally do not see a problem with sexually accurate education or abstinence education in my family. However, I'm increasingly concerned that we are continually going after the beliefs of Catholics in this legislature. Not only this particular bill, but also in a later bill that forces a Catholic hospital to serve what they believe is an abortion pill. Our Constitution of the United States of America gives us this great freedom of religion. And the way that we're trying to force this type of education on not just Catholics, but religious families, to me is wrong. We're basically saying to a parent that is religious, whether they're Buddhist or Mormon or Catholic or Protestant or another Christianity, that them teaching their children abstinence-only education based on their religious beliefs, according to this legislature, is just wrong. And you know what? We're going to stick it to you. We're going to take away this abstinence-only education from the public setting. We're no longer going to give you that option because you don't have a right to teach your children abstinence-only education. And you know what? We're going to stick it to the federal government too, because we don't want their money, because we're going to force every child to believe what we want our children to believe.